Hey, babe.
Hi.
There's a llama.
A llama?
We ended up settling on Pinehurst for pretty simple reasons. It was close enough that we could drive. We didn't have the money to buy plane tickets, so driving distance was essential, and it was a few hours closer than Myrtle Beach. And the second criteria was just the outstanding golf options available in Pinehurst. After doing the trip for a few years, we had enough people attending consistently and growing numbers in the group that we decided it would be fun to start doing an annual team competition, and we called it the Pinehurst Cup just because that was the simplest name we could think of.
The Pinehurst Cup is an annual trip that some of us have been taking for the past 8 years. I've personally been taking it for the past 4 years.
On the first night of the trip, we usually get everyone together after they've settled in and have a couple beers, and the team captains, which we decide in advance, get to pick their teams, and it's just a great way to get everybody to meet the new people that are there, reconnect with old friends, and set up some of the rivalries and the storylines that persist through the week.
Every year that I've been on the trip, we've stayed at Tullamore Golf Resort, which in my opinion checks all the boxes for the perfect small or large group event.
Most years we've stayed for at least a night at the Pinehurst Resort and done a golf package that includes at least one round of golf there. Pinehurst Resort is such a special place in golf. It's really got everything that you could want if you're a golf nut, from the history and the architecture to, there's glitz and glam and expensive shopping if you're into that. With all of the work that they've done restoring number 2, renovating number 4, building the cradle and the thistledew putting green has really created a one-stop shop in terms of golf.
Two of my favorite courses I've ever played are down in the Pinehurst area. Dormy Club and the Cradle at Pinehurst. Dormy Club was built in 2010 by Bill Core and Ben Crenshaw. But when you get out there, it just feels like the course was there when they found it. And they added 18 green sites. It just feels so natural with the land. Dormy Club has wide, heavily undulating fairway corridors, but it's constantly begging you to take aggressive lines off the tee and create better angles for yourself coming into the greens. The fairways have multiple speed slots that you can catch. Definitely helps to play there more than once. We are typically playing in February, but the ground game is still there. You can putt from anywhere. Dormy Club has so many unique golf holes out there. To me, The sixth hole is probably one of the most unique par fives I've ever played. It starts with a dramatic uphill blind tee shot to a 100-yard wide fairway, and you still can miss the fairway, I can tell you that from experience. But when you get up to your second shot, it's reachable, but the green looks like it's so far away because the hole just slowly tapers all the way to the green site, which is like this super narrow green with bunkers on each side. And then when you get up there, there's this cheeky little 5 foot by 5 foot bunker on the left-hand side that I don't know if it was Core or Crenshaw, but they must have been laughing when they put that there. The second course on my rankings list for the Pinehurst area is the Cradle. It's only been around for a few years, but its reputation is growing as one of the must-plays. It's a 9-hole short course designed by Gil Hanse, and it's the location of where I've had the most fun playing golf ever in my life. Just starts from the first tee. You're offered one of their Cradle branded Sunday bags, which I thought was such a cool touch. You just put a few of your wedges in there and your putter and a ball. There's no holes that are greater than 120 yards. And you pay a green fee at the start of the day and you can just max out however many holes you want to play. To me, it's how golf is meant to be played.
Oh baby, keep cutting. Catch a piece. You think that's good?
My favorite golf course in the Pinehurst area is Mid Pines. What I love about Mid Pines is that it encapsulates everything that's incredible about the Sandhills region. It's got rolling hills, not super hilly, but hilly enough to add a lot of interest to the golf holes. It's obviously it's a classic Donald Ross design, so it's got interesting green sites. There's just a feeling there that you're in a special place. Courses like Pinehurst No. 2, Dormy Club, Pine Needles all come to mind as exceptional courses that I've played in the area. But if I had to pick a course to play every day for the rest of my life, it would be Mid Pines.
There are so many truly great golf holes that I've played in the Pinehurst area. But what has to be the most memorable hole that I've played down there is the 11th at Tobacco Road. I've only played one Mike Strand's golf course, but I've heard that this is his wildest creation, and I believe it. Number 11 is this 90-degree dogleg right par 5 that swoops around the deepest and largest bunker I've ever seen and been in my life. The fairway off the tee is super wide, but you're trying to hug that right-hand side as close as you can. And then your second shot, in my opinion, determines the fate of the rest of your round. If you clear that bunker, you might be looking at an eagle putt, but if you don't, thought I was just going to ignore the elephant in the room and not talk about one of the best major championship venues in golf, didn't you? Last year I played Pinehurst number 2 for the first time in my life, and even though my expectations were sky high, it managed to exceed them. The expectations were a little bit high because it was the most expensive round of golf I've ever paid for, but it was totally worth it. It was one of the more memorable rounds of my life.
Nice putt.
But also knowing the significance of the course, its history, the players that have stepped foot in those tees and the greens, it was just a little bit overwhelming actually. I just felt so lucky to be out there. It's an experience that I'll remember forever. Hopefully not my last time at that course, because I think I left a few shots out there. Yes, Pinehurst number 2 was one of the most challenging golf courses I've ever played, but it never felt like it was unfair to me. I think I was lucky to play it in February for the first time, so it wasn't running as quick as it could. I somehow managed to not putt a ball off the green, but I did find use for putters in other circumstances.
Oh my God.
I cannot imagine playing this golf course if it was lined with thick rough. It just wouldn't be fun at all.
Nice shot.
But this Coore & Crenshaw restored version of Pinehurst number 2, it just feels like a famous piece of artwork, and the surrounding courses are clearly getting their inspiration from this Donald Ross masterpiece.
There's been a lot that's changed in the last 10 years since the first time I went to Pinehurst. Most notable are the restoration of Pinehurst number 2. That really sort of set off a whole trend in the area that's really had a huge positive impact on golf courses in the area. Since then, the restoration of Mid Pines, which is my personal favorite, and a similar restoration at Pine Needles, the Gilhance redesign of Pinehurst number 4. We're especially excited for the restoration of Southern Pines Golf Club. It's really great news that they've been brought into the Mid Pines Pine Needles family, and we're very excited to see how that restoration turns out.
He has to go through this gap with a high hook.
The Pinehurst Cup's special for a couple of reasons. One, it's a great annual opportunity to get your golf friends together and play some golf, and usually it's in the winter. So for a lot of people, it's, scraping the rust off of the golf swing and trying to play competitive golf is a big ask, but it's a great opportunity to do that.
Get in. Oh! Wow.
For anyone planning to do a team event like this, I'd recommend do the little things that maybe seem like a lot of work and seem like they're small things, but they add a lot to a team trip like this. For example, having team hats or team shirts. Make a trophy, even if it's something that's simple and stupid, that you can put the winners' names on each year and bring with you.
That's so good. Get in the hole. Wow, that is sick. What's that for?
establish your own traditions. We always play our final singles matches at Tobacco Road, and it's always been fun to get together there and award the trophy to the winning team. So little stuff like that is, it's artificial. It's not, I guess that's the thing about traditions. They start somewhere, and once you start doing them, you just keep doing them as long as people want to. So little things like that can really add to the character of a trip.
Oh.